Hold on, let me put my other earphone in. Yo, let me put you on real quick. Tell me why the whole time, right? I just got off the train. I got off the train. I'm sitting on the train, right? On my phone, and whole time, homie is just looking at me. So I'm like, yo, what is he looking at? I looked at him, he looked away. I looked at him again, he looked away. I looked at him the third time, and he just kept looking at me. I'm like, nah, you bugging out. Like, the first time I was like, all right, cool. Maybe he just looking in my direction, but what is you staring at me for? Like, what's the problem? So I'm like, yo, what's the problem? He don't say nothing. I'm like, yo, he got one more time to look at me, and I'm wilding, period. Like, he was really wilding out. Like, what is you looking at me for? Like, what's the problem? And, like, it's all the time. Like, niggas just want to stare at me on the train. Like, what is you looking at? Like, I'm not going to keep doing this back and forth with you. I'm going to just start knocking niggas' heads off. Like, well, I'm about to start taking Ubers again, but my Ubers is clipped. Like, Uber blocked me, so it's clipped for that. So I'm like, let me just get on the train. And every time I get on the train, it's the same thing. That's why I'm MTA. I'm back again with a brand new video. It's your boy Dwight Tyree, and I am here because I am going to give you guys some pointers about how to be a New Yorker, aka slash I don't know what I say, slash New York slang. Basically about New York in general, what we don't like. I'm gonna talk about some of our slang, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about our style too. I did do a New York slang video. It was literally, it had to be like 2 years ago. And it was with my good friend Bria.
Oh, that's crazy. And she busted.
A lot of people like that video. I'm actually gonna put that video link in the description. That was like a little while ago. For the most part, it's gonna be new things that I'll talk about in this video that I didn't talk about before. She also did a part 2 to the New York slang video. This is kind of like my part 2 plus a little more added onto it. So I hope you guys enjoy, you know. And if you're from New York, you're gonna be able to relate to this a lot because I grew up in Brooklyn, been here for like my whole life. I lived in New York, and it's just, you know, my hometown, so I know New York. And if you're from New York, you'll be able to relate. If you're not from New York and you plan on visiting, or if you're just not from New York, you're going to learn some new things about New York in this video, and I hope you enjoy it, you know? So first things first, in the beginning of the video, before the intro, I was like on the phone, quote unquote, and I was just like, yo, I don't know why he keep looking at me, like he's getting me tight. That's really how it is on the train. Like, that's dead how it is. Like, if you're on the train and somebody's staring at you and they look at you more than twice, you instantly get mad. Like, I kid you not, yesterday I was with my coworker and we went out to eat and stuff like that. We was on the train and this nigga keep...
See, I was getting tight just thinking about it.
It's coming out of me already. This guy kept staring at me like the whole time. And I'm like, yo, what is he looking at? I started getting mad. Like, why is he looking at me? Like, that's one thing we hate. Do not stare at somebody from New York. Like, you're on the train, wherever, do not look at them. You have like one free trial. One free trial to look at somebody in New York on the train. So the first time, it's like, you sitting on the train, you know, I'm sitting here, just sitting here like, all right. You look up, y'all make eye contact. Okay, you look away. You look up again, it's like, you already got an attitude, like, why are you staring at me? Like, why are you looking at me? And then if you look up the third time and they're looking at you, then me personally, I might say something. Most people would say something, because it's like, what is the problem? Like, do you know me from somewhere? Do you got beef with me? Like, what's the issue? So it's automatically like, staring is a no-no. Don't stare at somebody from New York too many times, because you might just cause a fight.
Pop off!
Another thing about New Yorkers, everybody say New Yorkers love chopped cheese. I personally, I'm from Brooklyn. I think that's more of an uptown thing. Uptown is like Harlem, the Bronx. Like, they like chopped cheeses. So when I'm around people like that's from uptown, they like to eat chopped cheese, and they always like, that's their thing. In Brooklyn, that's not really our thing. Like, there are Brooklyn heads that do eat chopped cheeses, but that's more of a Bronx and Harlem thing. It recently, because I didn't even know what that was until like probably 5 years ago, if that. Oh, I'm dragging it. It had to be like 3 years ago. I did not know what a chopped cheese was, and then I probably tasted it for the first time like last year. It's basically like a hamburger on a roll. It's pretty cool, but my thing is a bacon, egg, and cheese. All New Yorkers and all 5 boroughs eat bacon, egg, and cheese. That a bacon, egg, and cheese slaps. Like, it hits like no other. Like, a bacon, egg, and cheese, you have to have a bacon, egg, and cheese. Another thing, New Yorkers, we have the best pizza. If you go anywhere else outside of New York, you will taste like their pizza is not as good. And we eat pizza regularly. Like, I'm pretty sure most of us eat pizza at least once a week. And the funny thing is, somebody on Twitter tried to come for New York pizza the other day, and I had to clap back at them like I was on the Shade Room, because they really tried it. But pizza is definitely one of our favorite things. Another thing that is a rumor. This is a rumor. I had to look around because I'm about to look for what I'm about to say. I see it right there in the corner too. Another thing that's a rumor. Everybody thinks that New Yorkers always wear Timbs. And let me tell you something about it. Is that true? We all wear Timbs. It's a fact. However, they drag it though. Like in the memes and stuff like that, they act like Timbs is like the main thing that we ever wear. Like that's the only thing we wear. Like we come out the womb with a pair of Timbs on. Like, and that's not the case. They think that we wear in the summertime or for seasons. Like that's not the case. Everybody in New York, most New Yorkers have at least one pair of Timbs. At least one pair of Timbs. And if you don't have a pair of Timbs in your closet, you had to have Timbs at some point in your life. If not, I don't know what you're doing. But every New Yorker has at least one pair of Timbs. And we wear it in the fall/winter time. But in the summer and spring, nobody's wearing Timbs. And it's not like, if you have a pair of Timbs, it's not like you wear them every day either. So people act like, yo, New Yorkers is always wearing Timbs. All they do is wear Timbs and Yankee hats. That's another thing. Yankee hats is kind of played out. Nobody really wear Yankee hats. We wear dad hats now. But Timbs, we would definitely like, everybody has Timbs. Everybody has Timbs. Or if they don't have it, they had to have it at some point in their life. And like I said before, we don't wear all 4 seasons. If you see somebody in the summertime with a pair of Timbs on, you're going to cut their eyes. Like, you're not going to sit here and just be like, oh, like, I like it. No, if it's 90 degrees on and somebody's wearing Timbs, like, you're looking at them crazy if you're from New York. It doesn't matter. Like, I feel like people make those memes about New Yorkers always wearing Timbs, and the main people that make those kind of memes are not even from New York and never been to New York. Let me move on a little bit to the slang portion of New York. As you guys probably heard, like, if you watch my older videos, or even if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that I said some things, like some slang words that is like really New York, and I probably didn't even realize it. I'll probably realize it when I'm editing this video though. But a lot of people tell me when I get mad, I talk mad in New York. But anyway, that's besides. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is boom, 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 boom. The word dragging it. Like you're exaggerating. You're doing too much. Like excuse me, I had to burp. You're exaggerating it. You're taking it too far. Like it's not that serious. Like you're doing too much. You're dragging it. Like an example, I'm using in a sentence. Oh, you know, we're about to go to. Let's say I'm about to go to out to the movies, and I link my friend, and he's wearing a whole suit. I know that would never happen, but this is an example. He's wearing a whole suit, and I'm like, yo, why you wearing a whole suit? You dragging it right now. Like you doing too much. That's dragging. Like you're doing too much. Another slang word. Well, it's not really a slang word, but it's like a saying that we say when we get mad. Yeah, a while back, I was actually on the phone with my ex at the time, and I was getting pizza, and the pizza, they just, that's another story. That could be a story time, but I'm gonna just put it like this. He got me tight. That's another slang word. He got me upset, cause, yeah, so it's a long story, but he got me upset, and like, he basically, to make a long story short, tried to like, take my soda from me that I ordered, and because I didn't tip him, and I didn't tip him because I waited over 2 hours for my food, and I got tight, so I was like, yo, what are you talking about? That is like an OD New York word. Like, what are you talking about? Anytime you hear New Yorkers say what you talking about, either get ready to fight or run, because that means that you getting them very upset. It basically means what are you talking about, but it's just with the F word, and it's talking about you getting me mad. Like, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Another word that we use is, a lot of people use this word, and I hate this word, and I personally don't use it, it's cap. Hate that. I don't even think it's a New York thing anymore. I think it became universal, but cap, I hate that. It's like front. So, it'd be like, yo, for example, somebody be like, yo, every time you get in front of like, every time you get on social media, you be capping. Like, you be fronting. That's another New York word. You be like lying. You be putting on like a front. You be pretending. Or some people will be like, yo, like, I just made, my paycheck was mad good just now. No cap. Like, no front, no lie. So that's another word. I hate that word. I'm surprised I even said it, but I hate that word. I never use that word ever, but A lot of my friends use it. When they say it, I know what they're talking about, but I hate using that word. I don't know why I don't like it. I just feel like it's dumb. And there's so many other words for lie. Like we already have front, so why y'all adding cat? Another thing, front is like front. Like, oh, why you fronting? Like, why you pretending? Why you acting like that? Why are you acting like that? New York saying. So this saying is like, this happens all the time, and my friends, we all do this. I even catch myself doing it a lot of the time. Like when you, like this is mainly for when you're telling the story. So let's say if you're with your friends and you're telling them about like, let's say you're telling them about something that happened at work. So you're like, this is how it begins. You're like, alright, so boom. Like this, that, and the third happened. Dang, I'm talking, like this is all different words I can use, I'm saying right now. But you're like, alright, so boom. So that means like, I don't even know how to explain what it means. It's just like, alright, so this is what happened. Like that's like our once upon a time. That is exactly how I can explain it. You know how in fairy tales they say once upon a time, da 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 da. Like that's New York. We'd be like, alright, so boom. So I'd be like, that means like, alright, so this is what happened. I'm about to tell you right now. This is the story. Alright, so boom. That's like, we all say that. Every time somebody say, alright, so boom, that means they're about to tell you something, about to put you onto something or whatever. So another thing that we do is like I just did that even like when I was explaining ISO boom. I was like is basically like etc etc. So like let's say if I'm having a conversation and I'm having a conversation with somebody and it kind of goes with the story too. Like I'm telling them like, alright, so boom, I was at work the other day and then my manager started getting tight and then like, you know, I went and this customer started getting crazy with me too, talking about I don't want to pay full price, like boom, like that's how you use like like etc so on, like blah blah blah. Like you don't feel like explaining every single thing, you feel like saying every single detail. You probably don't remember every single detail, so you'll say and like get to the point of the story. That's what that means. Another slang word. What's another slang word? Another slang word is, oh, our greetings. We have a lot of greetings. Like a lot of these greetings y'all probably already know from people like Cardi B who always uses it. And I guess it got kind of more universal, but it's really kind of more of a New York thing. People like, yo, so what's poppin'? What's good? What's Gucci? Like, that's like, what's up? But we just use different ways of saying it. Like, yo, what's poppin'? Yo, like, whatever. Like, oh, what's good? What's Gucci? Like, those are all different ways of saying what's up. Like, that's what we say a lot in New York. It's like, yo, what's poppin'? Or also, when you about to fight, that could also be like, it comes two ways. It's either a greeting or a fight. So if you greeted somebody, you could be like, yo, what's good? What's poppin', bro? Or it could be like, yo, what's poppin'? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? Like, you about to fight them. Like, yo, what's good? What's up? It's like, I just noticed when we about to fight, we kind of greet people as well. I don't know why. But it's a New York thing. One thing about New York is we will keep our freaking coast open in the wintertime just to look fly. I legit did this. I went to a fashion show like, what was that, like 2 weeks ago? And it was dumb cold outside. That's another word, dumb, like very, like extremely, like it was dumb cold. It was very cold outside. It was very cold outside. It was dumb cold. And I had on like a bomber jacket. And first of all, it was too cold for that jacket. But I had a bomber jacket on. And I had like this fly fit. So I want my fit to be seen. Like, you know, I want my fit to be seen. So it's cold. But I'm going to keep my jacket open. Unless it gets too cold to the point I can't take it. But I'm going to keep my jacket open. Because, you know, you got to show that fit. Because it gets very cold in New York. But a lot of us sacrifice. When we know that we're dressed nice. And we ain't wasting no outfit. We would literally like suffer in the cold. Because that's just a New York thing. Another thing about New York is the way we dress. We wear like puffer. Puffer coats is a must. If you're a New Yorker, you have to have a puffer coat. I have 2 puffer coats. And I was actually wearing one in the beginning of this video. And I have another one that's yellow. Puffer coats is definitely a must because it gets dumb cold in New York. And it's like fashion forward too. It's like a fashion forward coat. Plus you cold too. So it keeps you warm and it's like, you know. So not bombers. So puffers are definitely a go-to, a must-have in your wardrobe if you're a New Yorker. We all wear ripped jeans. That's actually not even just New York. That's all over. Uggs are definitely needed in New York. Uggs are not just New York, but in New York for sure, you have to have a pair of Uggs. Man, female, everybody. Because it gets so cold in New York. Like, I definitely have 2 pairs. Like, I have like the snow boot ones that go all the way up. These suckers, they kind of beat up because they're kind of old. And then I have like another pair that are brown. And in the wintertime, they're so clutch because when it's cold, nobody wants to have on sneakers. So it gets cold out here. So you have to have a pair, at least 1 pair of Uggs. Like, and lastly, like, as a New Yorker, it's like our music that we listen to. Most New Yorkers would say, at least my favorites, most New Yorkers would say that their favorite rappers are Jay-Z, Fab, you know, people from New York. People from New York, like, especially OGs from New York, like Jay-Z and Fabulous are definitely like one of the top ones. Little Kim is definitely iconic from New York, so most New Yorkers mess with her. Nicki, Cardi, like these are all New Yorkers. So this is the kind of music you would hear on 105.1. Is those kind of artists. Who else is from New York that's lit right now? I guess it depends. Yeah, those are the kind of artists that New Yorkers listen to, like especially Jay and Fab. I feel like every New Yorker has at least one Jay or Fab freaking quote, line, or whatever in one of their Instagram pictures. I know I definitely do. I definitely do. I don't know which picture. I gotta look through my Instagram, but I know for a fact that I used a Fab quote before. And it's like those are like the must, like, you know, Diddy. Like Diddy's not really. We like Diddy, like most people like Diddy, but me not. Like he's not like his music is like alright. But the other artists I said, you'll definitely hear them on the radio if you live in New York. Even 6ix9ine, he's controversial though. Some New Yorkers don't like him, but you definitely will hear him on the radio. That's all I have for you guys today. I didn't want this video to be too long because I could go on and on talking about New York style, New York slang, New York lingo forever and a day. And y'all would get tired of me. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Give this video a thumbs up, please. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to share. And if I left something out that you feel like is an important thing about New York, make sure you guys comment on it. And, you know, let me know how you feel about the video. And let me know, you know, if I should have added something. If you didn't agree with something that I said and you don't think it's a New York thing, let me know. Feel free. I don't care. And, yeah. Stay tuned to my next video. If you didn't already, make sure you guys check out my last video. My last video was with my friend Mike. We did do's and don'ts for a first date. It was just in time for Valentine's Day and all that good stuff. So yeah, a do's and don'ts for a first date. That's going to be in the bio below. And I'm also going to add another video I did with him. We did a food haul and we was talking about TV shows. We rated TV shows from 1 through 10. So make sure y'all also check that out. I'm going to put that below. And yeah, make sure you have a poppin' ass day, because word to everything.